Today we're looking at a Tristar S120, or better known as, also known as, I guess, the Canik55 S120. This is a CZ75 clone. I think it's pretty much almost a direct clone. The only difference is you can't engage the safety while the hammer is down. Normally on a CZ75 the hammer would have to be back. Before I go any further, you can see no magazine in the gun. Gun is not loaded in any form or fashion. It's completely unloaded. It does come with two 17 round mags. There's 17 plus 1. This one is loaded, so I'm not going to put that in the gun. The other one is somewhere else. Anyway, it is pretty much a direct clone copy of the CZ75. This one is in a hard chrome finish. I think it is a Cerakote finish. There's a little bit of a true hard chrome, from what I understand, wouldn't flake like that, but there's a little chip right there on the finish, and then there's one when I take the slide off you'll see it. But it is a very well made gun, it seems to be anyway. The fit and finish on it are very good, nice and tight, and you know, everything feels nice and tight and smooth. The finish is good, other than, you know, like I said, there's that one spot there and there's another spot under here. I'll show you whenever I take it apart. Of course, it's double action, single action. So you can do single action, obviously. It's a very good single action trigger pull. Let's see if I can get some video of this here. And then show the, let me do it left-handed. So there's single action. Reset. Nice and positive, little short little reset there. And then here's double action. It's got a heavy double action at first. It kind of gets to the half cock, and then real heavy, but it's quick though. It's not, and I think that'll lighten up some. I got I think after I shoot it some, it'll smooth out a little bit more, but it's not gritty or anything like that. But it I bought some a spring kit from Cajun Gunworks that I haven't put in yet. I'm going to put one in this one and in the T100 that I've also got a video up here on. I'll try to put a link to that in the description. The grips I'm not too happy about. They're a little texture on them, but otherwise they're just a cheap plastic. You know, it's got a T there for Tristar, I guess. I've already got some new grips in. I haven't put them on yet. I haven't even tried them. I got some, these look real nice. I don't know how much I'll like them, but there's some kind of bone or something, but they've got a nice finish on them. They're real shiny, and got a little thumb rest there on either side. I think there's some kind of bone though, some like buffalo bone or something, or I don't know. But they're not perfect. There's some little issues there on the edge, but I don't care. I think they'll look good. I'll just have to probably elongate that hole a little bit to get them to fit right, but I think they'll look nice on the gun once I get them on. I don't know. I might do another video after I do that. But I got some of those, and I also got some, but I also have a set of copper gun grips. They're like lava rock texture grips that I'll be putting on eventually. To try them out, and I think they'll look good on the gun as well. They're dark, they're black, so you know, they should look good as well, and they would feel good. These are obviously two extremes. These are completely smooth and pretty, and these are much more of a functional type grip that I think would have, you know, a lot of grip, a lot of surface there to grip on, and it's, you know, it's that skateboard texture or whatever. Let's take the gun apart. It takes apart just like any other CZ, except that in a lot of ways, let me move this out of the way, it takes apart easier than some other CZs I have, or CZ clones. Of course, you line up the index marks there, pretty easy, and then you just pop the pin out from the takedown pin, slide release, whatever you want to call it. You pop it out from the other side, and on this one and on the T100 that I have, they pop out with no problem. You don't have to use a mag or anything to get that pressure on them. Then of course the gun comes apart like that. You have your recoil spring and guide rod. And then the barrel. Now it's got some frog lube on it right now. That's what all that green stuff is. So it's not dirty. It's actually I've actually already kind of cleaned it, and I've got some frog lube on it. But you can see inside of there if it wasn't that frog lube on it. But it's got a good machine work in there. I mean, it looks nice to me. I don't know. It's a pretty nice looking gun. Again, I got frog lube down in there, so it might show some of that. But it's very well made from all accounts that I can tell. Now, I haven't shot this one yet. I expect it to shoot as good or better even than the T100 that I got, that I love. I think it shoots great. This one is an all steel frame, so I would expect it to be a little bit softer recoil even than the T100, which I thought was just fine anyway. But of course, it goes back just as simple as it was to take apart, line up the slide on the internal rails. That's one of the big benefits of the CZ style pistols, is the internal rail system. So the gun really just stays a lot tighter and smoother throughout its action because of that. And you pop the pin back in and check for function. Everything seems to be functioning fine. Alright, so that's pretty much all there is to it. It's a great little gun, it seems so far anyway. I think these were selling, now this one was a gift to me, but I think they were selling for about $350 plus tax or shipping, whatever would apply in your case. But they're around $350 to $400, and I think they're a great bargain. I just think they're an awesome little gun for the money. I know a base CZ75 or even a used one is probably going to run at least $100, maybe $200 more to get into one. But I mean, okay, there was something else I wanted to do while I had this gun out. I took it apart again while I was off camera, but I wondered what it would be like, and I wondered how well it would work. I'm obviously not going to shoot it right now, but I wondered what it would be like to take the S120. I have it apart here. You see the frame and the slide and barrel, takedown pin, and then the T120, which this is a much lighter. This is an alloy steel. It's a steel, but it's an alloy, and it's a much lighter gun already. You know, the frame of it is a lot lighter, even though you can see that the T100, although it's a compact, has a little bit, well, shoot. The T100, although it's a compact, you can see is a little bit longer from front to back. However, from top to bottom, you can see that it might be hard to see on video, but you can see that the S120 is longer, of course, for that longer grip and the 17 round max. Now, what I wanted to do though is I wanted to see, and I know that it'll happen, I know it'll work, I just don't know how well they would function or how they would shoot, but what would the T100 look like with an S120 slide on it? Well, there's what it would look like. Obviously it's kind of funky looking. It's got a longer barrel than normal. Feels about the same. A little bit heavier in the front. I wonder if it'll shoot. I don't know. I mean, it functions. Everything seems to work. If I had an empty mag to try, I'd put an empty mag in there and see if it'd lock it back, but I think it should work. Now let's see what the S120 would look like with a T100 slide. Slide it on there. Pop it back in. Very different looking, right? Full-size frame, short barrel. Two-tone, and kind of neat looking the way that is up front. Different. Again, everything functions. Single action, double action. Safety works. Slide locks back if you need it to. Very different. Anyway, I just thought I'd try that on video and show that to people, and not saying that I want you to go out and do it and then go shoot it and who knows what might happen. I'm not a gunsmith. I would assume there would be no safety issues in firing either one of these. I think they would work just fine. However, I'm not a gunsmith, so I'm not advocating that or saying that you should go out and try it. But with that disclaimer out of the way, it seems that they fit just fine. Alright, I just thought I'd add this on to my original video of this gun. I bought these grips on eBay. They were buffalo horn. They have a real nice, I don't know if the video is catching it, but they have a nice sheen to them. They have this little thumb rest here. They have this nice kind of almost wood grain pattern to them. I've never had buffalo horn grips before, so I didn't know what to expect. They fit on the gun great. They are a bit wide. They're a little wide, and this side actually had the same thumb rest that's on the left side. It was also on the right side. Well, I didn't care for that too much. It seemed to widen the grip too much for me. Even though I have big hands, it just felt unnatural. So I went through and sanded this down. I didn't quite get that sheen back on this side, but I sanded it down and flattened it out a little bit more. You can probably tell. And then because they were so slick, these grips. I mean, I do like polished, pretty grips, but they were so slick. I went in and bought this gun grip tape. It's almost a rubberized, kind of feels like rubber, and it sticks right on. It doesn't add a considerable amount of thickness to the grips at all. It does it is stick on, so it's not going to be perfect. But I put a little bit on both sides. Like on this side, it works good with my fingers, the way my fingers come across. So I got a nice, good purchase there. And then, of course, it adds a little bit more grippiness to this side on the palm. But I never did safety check, by the way. Sorry. It is empty. But anyway, there it is. Thought I'd show it off. I like the way the grips feel now. I like the way they look. I kind of like the shiny and then rubber or whatever. Kind of gives it a unique look. Do it yourself. The grips were about $25 on eBay. I bought a package of this grip tape, which would probably do 2 or 3 more sets of grips. The package I bought on Amazon for like $10, I think. Might have been more, I can't remember, but it's just called I think it's just called grip tape. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, if you did, hit the like, subscribe, share button, and be safe when you're out there shooting. Have a good day. Okay, now for some shooting impressions with this gun. I did get it out to shoot the other day. I didn't get any video of that, but I do have some still pictures here of the targets. As you can see, I'm shooting left big time. I don't think it's the gun. There might be a little bit of a break-in period for the gun, but I really think it's me. I almost always shoot all new guns to the left a little bit and even down. But it is kind of grouping. It's a large group, but it is grouping. These were all shots from 7 yards. It was mixed ammunition, brass-cased Winchester white box, all the way from that to some Wolf steel-cased Russian ammo, and even some aluminum-cased Blazer. I think it was actually Herter's brand, but it's made by CCI Blazer. But anyway, it functioned great. I didn't have any issues with the function of the gun. No failure to feed, no failure to eject. It felt good shooting. It had a nice heft to it, so it's an all steel gun, so it didn't have a lot of recoil. I was real happy with it. I might want to change the sights, but I don't know. I'm going to get it out and shoot it again here soon with those new grips that I was showing earlier on it, and see if that affect my shot placement any. But anyway, it's a fun gun to shoot. I would recommend it for the money. It's a bargain. But anyway, as always, if you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe, share. Be safe out there shooting and have fun.